If you've spent the last year trying to get monetized on YouTube, the 2027 update probably feels like YouTube just moved the finish line.
But I think creators are panicking about the wrong number.
Starting February 1st, 2027, the requirement for basic ad revenue jumps from 4,000 watch hours to 8,000. And for shorts, 10 million views in 90 days becomes 20 million.
Those numbers sound brutal. But here's the question nobody seems to be asking. What are you actually fighting to unlock?
Because one case study from our research completely changed how I looked at this. A creator generated 12,000 watch hours in just 28 days. No new uploads. It all came from their back catalog while they were recovering from surgery. 12,000 hours of people's attention. Their AdSense revenue? $858.
And that's the part creators need to sit with. People are panicking about reaching 8,000 hours across an entire year, when 12,000 hours in a single month produced less than $900 in this example.
And there's another number. 67% of monetized YouTube creators make less than $10,000 a year. So getting into the partner program matters. But getting monetized and building a business are not the same thing.
That's the trap. Imagine you've got 2,000 subscribers who genuinely care about your content. But instead of asking what those 2,000 people need, you're checking Studio every morning thinking, how do I get from 3,000 watch hours to 8,000? You're optimizing for a platform metric instead of serving an audience.
And that's why the AdSense number can become a false finish line. Think about advertiser money like a pizza. Advertisers bring a certain amount of money into the ecosystem, and that money gets distributed across monetized content. Then generative AI arrives. Suddenly, the amount of content that can be produced explodes.
More videos competing for advertiser money.
The pizza hasn't magically become 50 times bigger just because 50 times more content can be produced. There are simply more slices competing for the money. And that creates a strange problem for YouTube. How do you manage monetization when the cost of creating another video can be almost zero?
Which brings us to the argument creators are having right now. Are these higher requirements actually designed to filter low-effort AI content?
I think they'll create friction. If you're making genuinely useful videos that require research, filming, editing, or expertise, 20 million shorts views is an enormous target.
But here's what I think that argument misses. A content farm doesn't operate under the same constraints. If software can generate another video for almost nothing, raising the requirement from 10 million to 20 million views doesn't necessarily make them stop. It might make them produce more.
So the human creator sees a higher wall, the machine sees a volume target.
And that's why I don't think the biggest lesson here is simply YouTube hates AI content. The bigger question is whether chasing AdSense at scale was already becoming a bad business model.
Because even if an automated channel brute forces its way to 20 million views, what has it actually built? Views? Sure. But does the audience trust them? Would those viewers buy something they recommend? Would they join their community? Would they notice if that channel disappeared tomorrow? That's the difference between generating traffic and building an audience.
And this is where the 2027 update gets much more interesting. Because YouTube didn't raise every monetization threshold.
While everyone is staring at 8,000 watch hours and 20 million shorts views, the entry requirements for fan funding and shopping stayed at 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours, or 3 million shorts views. Think about what that means. Ads became harder to unlock, but other ways of making money didn't.
And that's the signal creators should be paying attention to. Because YouTube is also pushing shopping, brand deals, and other commerce opportunities. So instead of asking, how quickly can I qualify for AdSense? Maybe the better question is, how quickly can this audience become an actual business?
And this is the part that matters, even if you have 200 subscribers instead of 200,000. Think of AdSense like the ranch that comes with your wings. It's nice, people like it, but you don't build a restaurant around selling little cups of ranch.
You sell the wings.
For a creator, the wings might be an affiliate product you genuinely use, your own digital product, a service, consulting, a paid community, an email list that you actually own. Brand partnerships, once the audience becomes valuable enough, AdSense can sit on top of that, but it doesn't have to be the business underneath it.
There's another side to this, though. YouTube benefits from that shift, too. If creators make more money through commerce, shopping integrations, and fan funding, YouTube can still keep those creators and their audiences inside its ecosystem without every dollar depending on AdSense.
Which is why I don't read this update as YouTube doesn't want creators making money anymore. I read it as YouTube is changing where creators are expected to make that money. And whether that's good for creators or good for YouTube isn't really the immediate question, because either way, creators have to adapt.
Especially creators who aren't monetized yet. Because there's another important detail. If you're already in the partner program, you're grandfathered in under the current requirements. For everyone else, the new requirements take effect February 1st, 2027.
Which gives new creators a limited window. You can spend that window desperately chasing 4,000 watch hours or 10 million shorts views before the requirements change. And yes, if you're close, that may absolutely be worth doing, but don't spend the next 6 months building a channel whose only business plan is, eventually YouTube will put ads on it.
Because even crossing the finish line doesn't solve the bigger problem.
And Shorts creators have another issue. Under the new maintenance rule, if a monetized creator falls below 10 million qualified Shorts views over 90 days, they lose Shorts ad revenue until they cross that threshold again. Long-form monetization remains unaffected. So even monetization itself becomes something you have to maintain.
Which brings us back to where we started. Creators are looking at YouTube moving the finish line. But maybe the mistake was treating that line as the destination in the first place.
Build toward YouTube monetization. Absolutely. But build something else at the same time. Build trust. Build an email list. Find affiliate products your audience actually needs. Develop an offer. Learn what your viewers will pay to solve. Because 500 people who genuinely trust you can be more valuable than thousands of anonymous views that disappear the second the algorithm stops recommending you.
The creators who win this next phase probably won't be the ones who figure out how to squeeze the most AdSense out of every view.
They'll be the creators who know how to turn attention into trust and trust into a business. And that's what we're testing next. Because in the next video, we're going to build a monetization stack for a small YouTube channel that isn't monetized yet. Not theory. We're going to look at what you can actually sell, what you can promote, and where each revenue stream fits as your audience grows. Because if YouTube is moving the finish line, maybe it's time we stopped building our entire business around crossing it.